What's up, y'all? It's Kyle. Been a little while. Haven't really been vlogging like I should. Been skipping some stuff that I made a few trips to the track. Have some clips that I'm going to splice together on a separate video, but went out yesterday, which was Saturday, made one pass. Car left pretty good. It spun some, cut a 154, but it wheel hopped some. Did the best eighth mile the car's done. Did 660. Went to go to fourth, banged it, pow, wouldn't do anything. Come to find out, the intake manifold cracked, and that's what this video is going to be, is the whole teardown of it, seeing what it looks like underneath the heads, or underneath the intake, sorry. What I'm going to do with it now, I'm not sure. I've got to figure it out. There's a lot of different options, a lot of possibilities. It depends on what power range I want the car to work in. Didn't really realize there were so many options out there. I don't want to cut the cowl and have to put a hood on it to clear a big high ram or anything, even though they look badass, but that's not something that I'm trying to do right now, because this is definitely a out of nowhere expense. So let's roll some clips. Well, came out here to Silver Dollar Raceway. Beautiful day. Made one pass. Started having a issue. The car, I couldn't finish the run out when I went to go to fourth. It freaking started popping and banging real bad, and couldn't figure it out. Pulled over at the end of the track, looking around. Thought maybe, I blew a coupler. Everything looks good, and I got over here back to where my truck is and started looking, and blew the intake manifold apart. So that's no good, and it's definitely a hell of a vacuum leak. So now that's a bit of a problem. Gonna have to figure something out and go from here. Alright, y'all, well, got the car unloaded. Was an adventure because it kept wanting to free rev up to about 3-4 grand. You can see a little better how cracked it is. Blew it out to the back and all. Some wiring I never cleaned up, but I guess I'm gonna start tearing it apart and see how bad it is. It doesn't look good right now, so trying to decide on what the next option would be going forward. So I'm gonna hopefully try to keep it as together as possible without making too much of a mess and a headache going back on it. I don't know how it did on this side. Oh yeah, it cracked across here too. So yeah, it's no good. So I'm gonna start tearing into it, and I'll stop and check in whenever I get to a point where there's something else to show. Alright, y'all, checking in. Got a little bit done. Moved the purge out of the way. Got the throttle body over here with the plate. Got it taken off. Got the manifold opened up. Hopefully the runners are okay, but I guess we'll see here soon. Got the charge pipe kind of taped out of the way, because where it goes down in here is it seems about impossible to me to pull it apart. That joker, Huron, whenever they bead roll these ends and you put these clamps on, they really holding them couplings good. So I'm gonna do my best to not tear it apart. I got a couple more vacuum lines to pull off, and I gotta figure out how I'm gonna try to do the rails with the regulator and all, and get it popped off hopefully here soon, and check in on it and break the manifold apart and see exactly how bad it is. Alright, y'all, checking in. Got the fuel regulator out of the way. It's over there on the ground. Got injectors unclipped. I'm gonna try to pull the lines up from behind and keep the rails on the intake, just because I already cut my hand one time, so anyone who's worked on Camaros or F-bodies knows that cow can be pretty rough on your hands. So I'm gonna try to shoot the lines down whenever I'm done with this, and hopefully it'll make going back together easier. But about to try to slip it out now and see how that goes, and hopefully doesn't give me any headache, and then we can see how the intake looks when I got it up here. Got her out. Got the, ignore the wire, it's a mess. Some TA stage 2 ported heads, like I said. They look pretty good down in there. Hopefully can get the car back together without too much headache. The intake came out fairly easy. I think I'm gonna replace this sensor since it's right there. Might as well. I don't plan to have the intake out very often, hopefully, so might as well take care of a few things when I can. That's a little burn up. I didn't even realize that. Well, gonna pop the intake apart and then see how the runners look. And yay! Yeah, that's Caden, yeah. And hopefully it's not too bad. You can see it cracked it all the way across. It's down under here, around and on the back. Yeah, it about blew it. It about blew it completely off. Yeah. Well, guess we'll see what's up with it. Check back in on it, and hopefully we'll have a game plan. Well, got the intake apart. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the runners. I guess I'll break them loose and then see. Nothing obvious. I mean, you can see crack is pretty good. Came all the way across to the back. It almost blew that whole section out. Just, it went down really close right here into where the mounting screw is, so might possibly get another top. I mean, I've looked at swapping intakes, but it's a lot of hassle. I mean, I might have to just step back to a LS2 or LS6 intake. I'm not really sure yet. I'd love to just put another top on this fast if I would know it wouldn't break, but I don't know if I want to run that risk of spending the money for that and then putting it back on and then the same kind of thing happened, because I haven't even pushed a lot of boost through it. I mean, it saw 16 pounds. It might have spiked, you know, to 18 or something going into fourth, but it doesn't maintain that. I've got it set where it was only holding 16, and at the track I was going, I had it, which sucks I didn't get any video, but I had it in third. I was on a good pass, go to hit fourth, and it just right when I shift, it's pow, and just nothing. And well, then it started holding idle and all, because that's a huge vacuum leak. So I'm gonna have to just get this, make sure this bottom section's good, and then hopefully go somewhere soon and hopefully have it ready here in the next couple weeks. Hopefully it's not down too long. All right, well, saw it torn down. It's behind me now, torn apart. Intake's on the floor right there. So I'm gonna do some online shopping, researching some more stuff. Hopefully find something that will work with what I'm wanting the car to do. You know, right now it's around 700 horsepower or so. Nothing crazy, but in the future, when I put a built engine in and all, I obviously wanted to make more than that, and I don't want to buy an intake now and then it be good and then need to upgrade. And I know people have been real fast on stock style intakes, LS6, LS2, since I'm Cathedral Port, but that's also an option. I'm kind of looking to see what my bang for buck will be and trying to match it to the setup as best as I can. Nothing's perfect. I know some people will say that it's the wrong choice no matter what, and then you got people that'll say it's the right choice. So can't make everyone happy, but I'm going to try to find something that kind of works for my setup. And I like plug and play, so I don't like to make stuff work or adjust things or have to re-engineer stuff if I don't have to. So if I can get it to just pop on and work with what I have, that's kind of more what I'm looking along also. So guess we'll see. Hopefully have an update here this week of what I got, and hopefully it going back together. So thanks for watching.